Look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Prescott from the gun. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Will McDonald.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Prescott now. That's caught by Myers. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's...
That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide.
Touchdown!
T. Higgins
from 19 yards away.
And the Bills are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
play action. Prescott trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got Mingo.
Touchdown, Bills.
Jonathan Mingo.
28 yards.
And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Play fake. Here's Prescott.
That one complete. It's tamped down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. This is Marshall. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Out route pass complete to Bellinger.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And here's Marshall. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are back within a score.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Breece Hall, 42 yards. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Play action now. Prescott.
Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond him. A great concept. And it leads.
He's by himself, Keenan Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with Marshall.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion to prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Prescott now on second down.
That is caught by Dell.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. Touchdown Jaguars.
Daniel Bellinger.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Breece Hall.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Open man is Myers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Prescott off play action. He's got a man. That's Marshall. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 5.
Prescott yet again. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
This is fielded at the 7. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Hurts. Through the middle of the field.
As they get this one up to the 44-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll begin by running the option.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Here's 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Go Silver, ready?
Hurts.
Open man is Higgins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Marshall. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. but instead that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Prescott on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man is Mingo, complete. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Bills send the punter out. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. That'll give them 8 that time. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Prescott to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On play action, Prescott. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver or that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Caught by Allen. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Miles Sanders taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now down to 20.
Jaguars 21. Greg Zerline set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
63. Hey, 73.
Throwing is Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A
pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Option play. Here's Hall.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
90 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Hall again on second down.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
They'll go again with Hall. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And some room to run now.
There he goes again.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Breece Hall
saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Bills are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
Prescott from the gun. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On third down, it's Prescott.
That is caught.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Now Prescott. That's caught by Myers. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
The Bills are moving on as we say so long, everybody.